Today we are going to learn 8 different tenses with the transitive verb banana. Hello everyone, my name is Sara. In today's lesson, we are going to conjugate the verb banana into 8 different tenses. This is going to be a beginner lesson for beginner level students. That is why I'm choosing 8 tenses. There are more tenses in Urdu, but these are the essential ones. If you want individual lessons, you can go to this playlist. If you want to learn any specific grammar point, these are the playlists that you can follow on postposition, possessive adjectives, etc. I also teach Urdu with movies, dramas, and songs. If you want to have a PDF file of these lessons, or if you want to support me, you can become a Patreon. So now let's get into it. The verb we're going to focus on today is banana. Banana. It's easy to remember because it sounds like a banana. And so banana is to make, banana, to form something. The first tense that we're going to focus on is the present simple tense. And the present simple tense is for general facts, regular actions, and schedules. Now we're going to take the verb banana. There are 2 nas here, you can see. So we're going to remove the last na. We always remove the na when we're trying to put a suffix with the verbal stem. The verbal stem is bana, and then we're going to put the specific suffixes according to the subject. The subject is female, the suffix is ti, and if the subject is male, then the suffix is ta, or it can also be te. Te is either for a masculine singular person, one person, or te can also be for plural, many men. Or te can also be for someone we're trying to give respect to. For example, someone older than us, someone who is a stranger, or really higher than us in status. This is the verbal stem, bana, and ti is the suffix. We're going to join them. This is banati. Banati, that means make. मैं बनाती हूँ. मैं बनाती हूँ. I make. मैं बनाती हूँ. I make. We can put more things in the sentence, and we're going to put it before the verbs. Who is an auxiliary verb and banati is an action verb. So we can say I make good food. So good is acha and food is khana. Acha khana is good food. Acha here is an adjective, an attributive adjective, and khana is a noun. So they will go before the verb. So मैं अच्छा खाना बनाती हूँ. मैं अच्छा खाना बनाती हूँ. I make good food. मैं अच्छी बिरयानी बनाती हूँ. I make good biryani. Biryani is feminine, so the adjective, the ending is declining to e because it's agreeing with the gender of the noun. मैं अच्छी बिरयानी बनाती हूँ. I make good biryani. If you want to learn the pronouns and learn the basic foundation of the sentences, you can watch these videos. वो अच्छी बिरयानी बनाती है. That means she makes good biryani. वो अच्छी बिरयानी बनाती है. Wo is she in this because the suffix we are using with the action verb is ti. Wo achhi biryani banati hai. If you're referring to a person who is men, you'll say wo achhi biryani banata hai. Wo achhi biryani banata hai. He makes good biryani. Wo achhi biryani banata hai. Wo paintings banata hai. He makes paintings. Wo paintings banata hai. You can also say तस्वीरें बनाता है. वो तस्वीरें बनाता है. वो तस्वीरें बनाता है. Now we're going to move forward and we're going to learn the past habitual tense. I categorize these tenses into groups, and I usually put past habitual with the present simple because the suffixes are the same. That is ti, ta, and te. The normal sentence structure is मैं हूँ, but it is the past tense, past habitual tense. So instead of using the present tense form who, we use the past tense auxiliary verb tha or thi. Tha for men and thi for female. So the past habitual tense is used to kind of indicate the action that you used to do or that were habitual in the past. For example, they used to make cakes. So for example, they used to make. The suffix aren't going to be the same. The bana is the verbal stem, ti is the suffix, and instead of present tense auxiliary verb, tha, thi is something we'll use. So मैं बनाती थी. I used to make. मैं बनाती थी. I used to make. मैं बनाती थी. I used to make cakes. मैं cakes बनाती थी. मैं cakes बनाती थी. I used to make cakes. They used to make cakes. वो cakes बनाते थे. वो cakes बनाते थे. So here the te suffix is indicating that the subject is plural, they, and it's also indicating that the subjects are male. वो cakes बनाते थे. वो हमारे लिए cakes बनाते थे. वो हमारे लिए is for us, के लिए is for, and us is हम. And then when K and hum combine, they form हमारे लिए, for us. वो हमारे लिए cakes बनाते थे. वो हमारे लिए cakes बनाते थे. Now we're going to go to our next category, which is the present continuous tense, which is the action that is ongoing. Now the suffixes for this tense is rahi, rahi, raha, and rahi. There's a consonant ra and then there's a ha after it, which makes it a bit difficult. Raha, rahi, and rahe. Rahi, raha, and rahe. Verbal stem is bana, and then we'll put rahi, bana rahi. That means making, bana rahi. मैं बना रही हूँ. I am making. मैं बना रही हूँ. मैं चाय बना रही हूँ. मैं खाना बना रही हूँ. I'm making food. If you want to make it specific, you can say मैं रात का खाना बना रही हूँ. I'm making dinner. रात का खाना is dinner. रात is night and ka is apostrophe s. So night's dinner or night's food, which makes it dinner. वो चाय बना रहा है. He is making chai. वो चाय बना रहा है. वो मेरे लिए चाय बना रहा है. मेरे लिए is for me. The same principle applies here. So मैं is I and के लिए is for. So मैं and के combine to form मेरे. मेरे लिए is for me. वो मेरे लिए चाय बना रहा है. He is making chai for me. मैं आज भिंडी बना रही हूँ. मैं आज भिंडी बना रही हूँ. भिंडी is lady finger. भिंडी. मैं आज भिंडी बना रही हूँ. I was just having a class and my student said मैं आज भिंडी गोश्त बना रही हूँ. भिंडी गोश्त is a Pakistani or Indian dish. So now we're going to go to the next tense, which is the past continuous tense. A past continuous tense is something that was happening at a specific point in time. So the suffixes are the same, rahi, raha, and rahe. And just like the past habitual tense, present auxiliary verb who will be replaced by thi or tha. So मैं हूँ will be मैं थी or मैं था for men. Tha is for men and thi is for female. The e sound is reserved for feminine subject or nouns, and the a sound is for men, or the a sound as well. So मैं बना रही थी. मैं बना रही थी. I was making. मैं बना रही थी. मैं बना रही थी. मैं बिस्तर बना रही थी. I was making my bed. मैं बिस्तर बना रही थी. मैं चाय बना रही थी. This lesson is for absolute beginner level students, so the sentences that I'm making are simplified. मैं बिस्तर बना रही थी जब वो आया. When is जब, वो आया means he came. I was making my bed when he came. मैं पिछले साल मैं काफ़ी पैसे बना रहा था. पिछले साल मैं काफ़ी पैसे बना रहा था. पिछले साल means last year. मैं काफ़ी पैसे, I was making a lot of money. पैसे is money. काफ़ी means enough or a lot. In this context, it means a lot. पिछले साल मैं काफ़ी पैसे बना रहा था. I was making a lot of money. It is typically used as a response to someone when someone asks, "What were you doing?" आप क्या कर रहे थे? और तुम क्या कर रहे थे? तुम आज क्या कर रहे थे? We're going to go to future simple tense. For the future tense, the suffixes are ongi and onga. For I, ongi and onga. In the future tense, there's no hu or thi or tha or hai. All of these are used in the either present or the past habitual. In the future tense, the suffixes are ongi and onga, but they change according to the subject. The ongi and the onga suffix are only for मैं. मैं बनाऊंगी. मैं बनाऊंगी. I will make. मैं बनाऊंगी. मैं बनाऊंगी. मैं गुलाब जामुन बनाऊंगी. I'll make गुलाब जामुन. मैं आज मीठे में गुलाब जामुन बनाऊंगी. मैं आज मीठे में गुलाब जामुन बनाऊंगी. मीठे में means in dessert. मैं आज मीठे में in dessert गुलाब जामुन बनाऊंगी. If a man is saying it, he'll say, मैं आज चाय बनाऊंगा. मैं आज चाय बनाऊंगा. If you're talking about someone else, another subject, like he will make something, the suffix is inge for men and ingi for female. So बनाएंगे is for men, बनाएंगे, बनाएंगे. And for female, it is बनाएंगी, बनाएंगी. वो खाना बनाएंगी, वो खाना बनाएंगी. She will make food, she'll make dinner. वो खाना बनाएंगे. He will make dinner or he will make food. वो खाना बनाएंगे, वो खाना बनाएंगे. So previously I made some videos on transitive verbs like jana or hona. And I made this video as well where I conjugated jana and hona, but I also conjugated karna as well, which is a transitive verb, the verb that requires a direct object. So banana is the second transitive verb that I'm doing. So now I'm going to give you a challenge. I'm going to give you 3 transitive verbs and then you can make or conjugate them in 8 different tenses in the comment section. Let's move to the next tense, which is the past simple tense. So now let's move forward to the past simple tense. Now the past simple tense, we have to identify the verb as transitive or intransitive. This verb is transitive, right? Banana, because you make something. You can make paintings, you can make bed or chai or coffee or food. So there's something that you're making, and that something is the direct object. And in this, the verb endings don't really depend on the subject. The verb endings will depend on the gender and number of the object. So this is quite different from the other tenses, right? In other tenses, for example, the future, present continuous, present simple, the verb is depending on the number and gender of the subject. In the past simple tense, the verb endings are declining according to the object. To have a more detailed understanding, you can visit this video or this video. So the verbal stem is bana. E is the suffix for female object. E is the suffix for the feminine object. So banai is for feminine object. Nai is for plural feminine object. Banaya is for masculine object, single masculine object. Banaye is for plural masculine object. So for example, chai is one feminine object. So chai banai, chai banai. We didn't put the subject here. Main is the subject. In the past tense with the transitive verbs, we have to attach ne with the subject. So maine chai banai. Maine chai banai. Chai is feminine and it's also one. Maine chai banai. Usne chai banai. She made chai. Or it can also be he, because at the moment in this sentence we can't really determine the gender of the subject. So it just depends on the context and real life situation. मैंने कॉफ़ी बनाई. The next one is उसने खाना बनाया. उसने खाना बनाया. So normally for masculine singular object the suffix is a. But because bana a would sound a bit weird, so what we do is instead of a we put ya, banaya. Usne khana banaya. He made food. Usne khana banaya. Usne kahani banai. She made a story. Usne kahani banai. Usne jhooti kahani banai. She made a false story. Usne jhooti kahani banai. If the object is plural, for example, let's say cheezein, which is things. Usne cheezein banai. So there's a nasal sound here. Usne cheezein banai. Usne cheezein banai. Usne cheezein banai. Let's take a masculine object, for example, ghar. Ghar is a home or a house, and that's one. So usne ghar banaya. He made a house. उसने घर बनाया. उसने घर बनाया. If we pluralize it, then we'll put a suffix. So उसने घर बनाए. उसने घर बनाए. He made houses. उसने घर बनाए. Now let's move forward to the past perfect tense. So the past perfect tense is used for general life experiences, something that we did in the past but not a specific point in time. It's pretty similar to the past simple tense, except in the end we put e in this case. So let's take the same sentence. I made chai, right? मैंने चाय बनाई. मैंने चाय बनाई. I made chai. To make it the present perfect tense, you'll just put hai in the end. मैंने चाय बनाई है. मैंने चाय बनाई है. I have made chai. मैंने चाय बनाई है. मैंने चाय बनाई है. आ जाओ सब, मैंने चाय बनाई है तुम लोगों के लिए. I made chai for you guys. उसने पुलाव बनाया है. उसने पुलाव बनाया है. Pulao is a very famous dish. I'm sure you have all eaten it or you have all seen it or heard about it. So pulao is masculine. It would be बनाया. उसने पुलाव बनाया है. उसने पुलाव बनाया है. She or he has made pulao. उसने पुलाव बनाया है. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया है. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया है. I have made breakfast. नाश्ता is breakfast. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया है. आ जाओ. Come. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया है. Now let's move forward to the past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is used to indicate the action that we completed or not. So again, it's similar to the past simple tense. For example, let's take the same sentence. मैंने चाय बनाई. मैंने चाय बनाई is I made chai, and instead of taking the present form of the auxiliary verb, we take the past form. Do you remember what it was? Thi or tha. मैंने चाय बनाई थी. I had made chai. मैंने चाय बनाई थी. In this case, it will be थी because it's depending. The verb is depending on the object. मैंने चाय बनाई थी. मैंने पुलाव बनाया था. I had made pulao. मैंने पुलाव बनाया था. This is used when you're telling a story or something you did in the past that happened further back in the past, more in the past. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया था जब मेरा बच्चा जाग गया. मैंने नाश्ता बनाया था जब मेरा बच्चा जाग गया. My son woke up. I had made breakfast when my son woke up. कल मैंने खाना बनाया था. कल मैंने खाना बनाया था. I had made food. So that is it. I hope you have learned a lot. If you did, subscribe. I'll see you next time and goodbye.